Good morning, my dear students. Welcome in second semester. Today we are going to start chapter 10, reaching the age of adolescence. Students, in the previous chapter we have learned that how human beings reproduce by giving birth to babies. But it is possible after a certain age, means human beings can do so only after a certain age, because the reproductive system starts working only after a certain age. Okay, in this chapter we will learn about the changes takes place in human body and making them capable of reproduction, and what is hormone, what is the role of hormone. Okay, first let us know these two important terms, adolescence and puberty. Growing up is a natural process, the period of life when the body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity is called adolescence. Means adolescence is the period of life in which organism becomes reproductively active. In other words, it is the period of attaining reproductive maturity in boys and girls. Okay. Adolescence begins around the age of 11 and lasts up to 18 or 19 years of age. Since this period covers the teens, so adolescents are also called teenagers. In girls, adolescence may begin a year or two earlier than in boys. Okay. Also, the period of adolescence varies from person to person. So, one question is here. It is a strange period of life when you are neither a child nor an adult. Okay, I wonder whether this period between the childhood and adulthood had a special name. Yes, the period between the childhood and adulthood is known as adolescence. Okay, students. Now let us know what is puberty. The human body undergoes several changes during adolescence. Means so many changes takes place during adolescence period, that is known as puberty. So these changes mark the onset of puberty. The most important change which marks puberty is that boys and girls becomes capable of reproduction. Puberty ends when the adolescent reaches reproductive maturity. Means it is the age at which reproductive organs becomes functionally active in boys and in girls. Okay. Now let us know some changes occurs during puberty, like increase in height. Okay. Sudden increase in height is the most prominent changes during puberty. The long bones, that is, the bones of arms and the legs elongate and make a person tall. Now let us see activity 10.1. Okay. The following chart gives the percentage of maximum or full height a person has achieved at a particular age. Okay. Let us see this table. For example, by the age of 11, boy has reached 81% of his probable full height, while a girl has reached 88% of her full height. Okay. This information can be used to calculate the maximum height by the following formula. On this formula, we can calculate the maximum height or full height. Present height in centimeter divided by percentage of full height at this age into 100. Let us understand with the help of this example. A boy is 9-year-old and 120 centimeter tall. At the end of the growth period, he is likely to be, and you can put this value on this formula. Present height in centimeter, it is 120 centimeter. Percentage of full height at this age. So what is the percentage of full height of boys at 9 years? Let us see in the table. It is 75%. So you can put 75% here. So the boy's height at the end of growth period will be 160 centimeter tall. Now let us see activity 10.2. Use this data given in the activity 10.1 to draw a graph paper. Take age on x-axis and percent growth in height on y-axis. Like this way you can draw on the graph paper also. Okay. Initially girls grows faster than the boys, but by about 18 years of the age both reaches their maximum height. Let us see in the table. Initially girls grows faster than boys. You can compare at different age. Okay students, but by the age of 18 both attain their maximum height. The rate of growth in height varies in different individuals. Some may grow suddenly at puberty and then slow down, while others may grow gradually. Now, what is the next changes in the body? That is changes in the body shape. Okay. The shoulder of the boy generally broaden as a result of growth. In girls, region below the waist becomes wider. In boys, muscles of the body grows more prominently than in the girls. Thus, changes occurring in the adolescent boys and girls are different. Okay. Now, let us see changes in the voice also. At puberty, the voice box or larynx, means voice box is also known as larynx, okay, begins to grow. Boys develop larger voice boxes. The growing voice box in the boys can be seen as a protruding part of the throat called Adam's apples, and this larynx can be seen in the boys. Okay, and it will come out, and this part is known as Adam's apple. In girls, larynx is hardly visible from the outside because all of its small size. Generally, girls have a high-pitched voice, whereas boys have a deep voice. In adolescent boys, sometimes the muscles of growing voice box goes out of the control and voice becomes hoarse. This state may remain for a few days or weeks, after which the voice becomes normal. Okay. Now, next changes during puberty is the increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. During puberty, the secretion of sweat glands and the sebaceous gland also known as oil glands, increases. Many young people get acne and pimples problem on their face at this time because of the increased activity of the glands in the skin. What happens? The excess oil and the sweat glands get collected in the tiny pores of the skin and blocking them. So the bacteria can grow in it, and this causes the formation of pimples and acne on the face of the boys and girls at this time. Next changes during puberty is the development of sex organ. Okay, at puberty, male sex organ like testes and the penis develop completely. The testes also begin to produce sperm. In girls, ovaries enlarges and eggs begins to mature. Also, ovaries start releasing mature eggs. Next changes is that reaching mental, intellectual and emotional maturity. During this phase, adolescent becomes more independent and self-conscious. Okay, spend considerable time thinking about various things in the life as their intellectual development has taken place. May start feeling insecure while trying to adjust to the changes in the body and mind, and develop attraction for the opposite sex. Okay, so these are the changes occurs during puberty. Now let us see next topic, secondary sexual characters. What is secondary sexual characters? The characters which develop during puberty and help to distinguish a male from a female is called secondary sexual characters. Okay, then what is primary sexual characters? Students, primary sexual characters or sex organ is used for reproduction. For example, testes in male and ovaries in female. Okay. Testes and ovaries are the reproductive organs and they produces gametes, that is sperm and ova. Means testes and ovaries are the primary sexual characters. Testes produces sperm and ovaries produces ova. Then what is the secondary sexual characters in male and female? In female or in girls, breast begins to develop at puberty and boys begin to grow facial hair, that is mustaches and beard. Means it is the secondary sexual character in male and female. As this feature help to distinguish the male from female, so they are called secondary sexual characters. Boys also develop hair on the chest. In both boys and girls, hair grows under the arms and in the region above the thigh, or it is also known as pubic region. Okay. The changes which occurs at adolescence are controlled by hormone. These all changes are controlled by hormone. But what is hormone? Hormone are the chemical substances, and these chemical substances are secreted from the endocrine gland or endocrine system. So what is male hormone? Male hormone is known as testosterone. Okay, and begins to release by testes at the onset of puberty. This causes changes in boys about which you have just learned. For example, growth of facial hair. When puberty started in girls, then ovaries begins to produce female hormone that is known as estrogen. And estrogen make the breast develop. Milk secreting glands or mammary glands develop inside the breast. The production of these hormones is under the control of another hormone secreted from an endocrine gland called pituitary gland. Means secretion of hormones from the testes and ovaries is controlled by another hormone that is secreted from the pituitary gland. What is pituitary gland? It is known as master gland and it is located at the base of brain, and it regulates growth and functioning of the other endocrine gland. Okay. Now let us see topic 10.4, role of hormones in initiating reproductive function. Endocrine gland release hormones into the blood stream to reach a particular body part called target site. Students, endocrine gland is known as ductless gland. Okay, and hormone is produced in the endocrine gland and this hormone directly fall into the blood stream, and through the blood stream this hormone reaches to the target site. Okay, the target site respond to the hormones. Okay, there are many endocrine glands or ductless gland in human body. We will study about it in the next page. Okay, you know that the testes and ovaries secretes sex hormone. So what is the name of hormone which is secreted from the testis? That is known as testosterone. Okay, and ovaries secretes estrogen. So these hormones are responsible for the secondary sexual characters in male and female. Okay, the sex hormones are under the control of hormones from the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland secretes many hormones, one of which makes ova mature in the ovaries and sperm forms in the testes. Let us see this box. Hormones from the pituitary gland stimulates testes and ovaries, means activate testes and ovaries to produce hormone like testosterone in male and estrogen in female. And these two hormones will fall in the blood stream, and this hormone will reaches to the body parts or target site, and it will bring changes in the body parts or stimulate changes in the body at onset of puberty. Okay, now next topic is reproductive phase of life in human. Adolescents become capable of reproduction when their testes and ovaries begins to produce gametes. In male, the capacity to produce male gametes usually lasts longer than in female. Means the reproductive phase of life in male is last longer than in female. In female, reproductive phase of life begins at puberty, means from the age of 10 to 12 years, and generally lasts till the age of 45 to 50 years. And the ova begins to mature with the onset of puberty, and one ovum matures and it is released by one of the ovaries. once in about 28 to 30 days, and during this period walls of the uterus also becomes thick to receive the fertilized egg. In case if egg is getting fertilized, then it begins to develop in the uterus and this result in pregnancy. And if fertilization does not occur, then released egg and the thickened lining of the uterus along with the blood vessels are set off. And this causes bleeding in women, which is called menstruation. Menstruation occurs once in about 28 to 30 days. And the first menstrual flow begins at puberty and it is termed as menarche. At 45 to 50 years of the age, menstrual cycles stop and stoppage of menstruation is termed menopause. Okay, initially menstrual cycle may be irregular and it takes some time to become regular. Menstruation cycle is controlled by hormones. The cycle includes maturation of the eggs, it releases thickening of the uterine wall and its breakdown if pregnancy does not occur. In case if the egg is fertilized, it begins to divide and then get embedded in the uterus for further development. Already you have learned about it in the chapter 9. Now next topic is how is the sex of the baby is determined. The sex of the baby is determined by the nature of the sex chromosome that is present in the fertilized egg. Okay, and you have already studied that the thread-like structure are called chromosome and it is present in the fertilized egg. Okay, where it is present? Chromosomes are present inside the nucleus of every cell. Students, in cell chapter you have studied that central part of the cell is called nucleus and inside the nucleus chromosome is present. Okay, all human beings have 23 pairs of chromosome. How many pairs? 23 pairs of chromosome. 2 chromosomes out of these are the sex chromosome named X and Y. Means in 23 pair of chromosome, 1 pair of chromosome is sex chromosome, that is X and Y. A female has 2 X chromosome while a male has 1 X and 1 Y chromosome. What is female sex chromosome? That is XX, and male sex chromosome is X and Y. Okay, the gametes, egg and sperm, have only one set of chromosome. Means if it is egg, then egg has only one set of chromosome. Okay, the unfertilized egg always has one X chromosome, but sperm are of 2 kinds. Okay, one kind has one X chromosome and other kind has one Y chromosome. See figure 10.4. When a sperm containing X chromosome fertilize the egg, then zygote would have 2 X chromosome and it will develop into a female child. Okay, if the sperm contains Y chromosome fertilize the egg, then zygote would develop into a male child. Okay, you can see in this figure, if Y containing sperm fertilize the eggs, then child will be male. If X containing sperm fertilize the egg, then child will be female. So male and female child depends on father, not on mother. Okay, now you know that the sex chromosome of the father determines the sex of unborn baby. The belief that the mother is responsible for the sex of her baby is completely wrong, and to blame her for this is totally unjustified. Only father is responsible for the male and female child. Next topic is hormones other than the sex hormones. Hormones play important role in the growth, development, pregnancy and formation of babies. Already you have learned about the testes and ovaries. Okay, testis secretes testosterone and ovaries secretes estrogen. Okay, Testes and ovaries are the endocrine gland, and their secretion is under the control of pituitary gland. Okay. What is pituitary gland? Pituitary gland is an endocrine gland and it is attached to the base of brain. Okay. Apart from the pituitary gland, testes and ovaries, there are other endocrine gland in the body like thyroid gland, pancreas, adrenal. Let us study in figure 10.5 where is the position of these different glands and what is their function and which hormones is secreted from these glands. Okay. First, it is the pituitary gland, and where is the position of this pituitary gland? At the base of brain. It secretes growth hormone. Okay. And it also secretes some important hormones, and it regulates growth and function of the other endocrine gland. Means the secretion of other glands under the control of pituitary gland. So it is known as master gland. Now let us know about the thyroid gland. It is located near the larynx. And what is the name of hormone secreted from the thyroid gland? Thyroxine. Okay. And what is the function of thyroxine? It controls many activities of the body. Okay. And lack of thyroxine causes goiter. Okay, students. Now next gland is adrenal gland. It is attached to each kidney. Where is the position? It is attached to each kidney. Okay. And name of the hormone secreted from the adrenal gland is adrenaline. Adrenaline. Okay. And it regulates heartbeat, respiration rate and blood pressure. Pancreas. Where is the position of pancreas? Below the stomach. And hormone name is insulin. Means insulin is secreted from the pancreas, and insulin control the glucose level in the blood. Okay. Now ovaries. You can see the position of ovaries. Lower part of the abdominal cavity. Testis. Where is the position of testis? It is outside the abdominal cavity. Okay. And already you know that hormone secreted from the testis is testosterone, and from the ovaries is estrogen. Okay, students. And what is the function of testosterone? It promotes development of secondary sexual character. Okay. And estrogen also promotes the development of secondary sexual characters and changes related to pregnancy. So these are the different glands and their position in the body, and what is the name of hormone secreted from these glands, and what is the role of these hormones. You learn everything. Now let us see next topic, role of hormones in completing the life history of insect and frogs. Students, we have already learned about the life history of silk moth and frog. Caterpillar has to pass through various stages to become an adult moth. Means first silk moth lays eggs. After larva comes out from the eggs, that is known as caterpillar. Caterpillar changes into pupa. So there are so many stages in the life cycle of silk moth. Similarly, the tadpole larva of the frog passes through certain stages to become a frog. Okay. This changes from larva to adult is called metamorphosis. And metamorphosis in insect is controlled by insect hormone. In frog, it is controlled by thyroxine hormone, and this hormone produced by thyroid gland. Okay. Thyroxine production requires the presence of iodine in water. If the water in which the tadpole are growing does not contain sufficient iodine, then the tadpole cannot become adult. Means a tadpole cannot become an adult if there is a deficiency of iodine in water where it is growing. Okay. Now let us see topic 10.9, reproductive health. Health is regarded as the physical and mental well-being. Okay. And during adolescence, there is a rapid mental and physical growth. Therefore, growing children need special attention towards proper health. Okay. Nutritional needs of adolescents means adolescents have to take balanced diet. What is the meaning of balanced diet? The diet which contains adequate amount of protein, carbohydrate, fats, vitamins and other nutrients. Okay. So they have to take balanced diet. Like various type of food items should be included in the diet of adolescents, like cereals, milk, meat, nuts, pulses, which provide protein for the growth. Okay, fats, sugars, which gives energy. Fruits, vegetables are the protective food and provide many vitamins and minerals. Okay, so they have to add these nutrients in their diet. Okay, now let us see next topic. Personal hygiene. It is also a very important topic. Good personal hygiene is one of the most effective ways to protect ourselves and others from illness. Okay. The adolescents are advised to adopt the practices to maintain personal hygiene, like everyone should have a bath at least once every day. It is more necessary for the teenagers because the increased activity of the sweat glands sometimes make the body smelly, so all parts of the body should be washed and cleaned every day. If personal hygiene is not maintained by the adolescent boys and girls, there are chances of catching bacterial infection, and this infection can spoil their health and make person ill. Okay, girls should take special care of cleaning during the time of menstruation cycle. Adolescent boys and girls should do regular physical exercise like walking, play outdoor games like running, jumping, jogging, cycling, etc. Say no to drugs. Adolescent boys and girls should keep away from smoking, alcohol and drugs because drugs are addictive. If you take them once, then you feel like taking them again and again. Finally, person becomes drug addict, and drug addict person irritable and lose interest in their studies or jobs. Drugs do physical harm to the body. Drugs can damage brain, liver, lungs and kidney. Okay, means drugs spoil the health and happiness. So keep away from the drugs. Now let us know about AIDS. What is AIDS? Its full form is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, and it is caused by a dangerous virus, that is HIV. This virus can pass on to a normal person from an infected person by sharing syringes used for injecting drugs, because HIV virus lives in the blood of infected person. It can also be transmitted to an infant from the infected mothers through her milk. Means mother infected with HIV can pass the virus to her baby because it also live in the breast milk. Okay, and this virus can also be transmitted through the sexual contact with a person infected with HIV. Okay students, so these are the way by which HIV virus transfer from the infected person to healthy person. Now your chapter over. I hope all of you understood the chapter. Thank you.